welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermès scarf style, knot tutorials, and more. Before we get started, let me give a shout out to all the new channel members and special welcome to the new knot connoisseurs and elegant insiders. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the membership options. In this video, I'll discuss a 140 centimeter cashmere from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2024 collection, Cavalier En Formes by Gianpaolo Pagni. I'll recap some background about the artist, discuss the Cubist influence that inspired the design, and then take a deep dive into one of the available colorways to talk about color pairing possibilities. Let's get started! Gianpaolo Pagni is known for his use of stamping in Hermès scarves and throughout his art. I've discussed that in depth in another video, so if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the upper corner here. Just to briefly recap, Gianpaolo Pagni is an Italian-born artist and author who lives and works in Paris. His work is born and continually renewed within the framework of graphic experimentation, seriality, and recycling, preferring techniques such as painting, cutouts, drawing with stamps, and works creating unique, printed, painted, or stamped books. His art focuses around memory and its traces, using patterns and repetition to create a personal archaeology. He also draws and paints on old school books, magazines, and museum brochures. Whether intended for children or not, textless picture books are one of the main aspects of his work. Since 2011, he has designed various projects for Hermès, including silk carré, blankets, lacquered boxes, and ceramics. He regularly exhibits his work in France and abroad. One of the most apt descriptions I've seen of him is as a percussionist of shapes and colors, with I think his most recent book called Dessin au Tampon being published in late 2022. I've talked in my review of the 90 centimeter version of this scarf about Cubism itself, so if that interests you, be sure to check out my video, which I'll link in the upper corner. Today, I'd like to talk about Cubism's profound influence on various art forms beyond painting. Its revolutionary approach to depicting reality from multiple perspectives and breaking down objects into geometric shapes sparked innovation in sculpture, architecture, literature, and even music. Cubist sculpture emerged as a natural extension of Cubist painting, with artists seeking to translate the fragmented geometric forms of the two-dimensional canvas into three-dimensional space. Artists like Jacques Lipchitz, Alexander Archipenko, and Henri Laurent experimented with materials such as bronze, wood, and plaster to create sculptures that embodied the principles of Cubism. Cubist sculpture played with the viewer's perception, inviting them to explore their artwork from different angles and perspectives, much like the Cubist paintings did. While Cubism didn't give rise to a distinct architectural movement, its principles profoundly influenced architectural design during the early 20th century. Architects like Le Corbusier, known for his pioneering work in modern architecture, drew inspiration from Cubism's emphasis on geometric forms, spatial dynamics, and the fragmentation of space. Cubism encouraged architects to rethink traditional design principles and explore new ways of organizing space, resulting in structures that reflected the dynamism and complexity of modern life. Cubist literature, also known as literature of the mind or Cubist writing, emerged as a literary movement in the early 20th century, parallel to Cubist art. Writers like Gertrude Stein, Guillaume Apollinaire, and Franz Kafka experimented with narrative fragmentation, multiple perspectives, and the deconstruction of language. Much like Cubist painters, these writers sought to challenge conventional storytelling techniques and represent the fragmented nature of consciousness and perception. Works such as Stein's Tender Buttons and Apollinaire's Calligrams embrace linguistic experimentation and abstraction, inviting readers to explore language in new and unconventional ways. In the realm of music, Cubism's influence can be observed in the works of composers such as Igor Stravinsky and Arnold Schoenberg. Stravinsky's ballets, such as The Rite of Spring and Petrushka, feature fragmented rhythms, dissonant harmonies, and unconventional structures, reflecting the spirit of experimentation characteristic of Cubism. Similarly, Schoenberg's atonal compositions, such as Période lunaire, break away from tonal harmony and traditional music forms, embracing a fragmented and abstract approach to composition. Like Cubist painters, these composers challenge established norms and push the boundaries of their art form, ushering in a new era of modernist and avant-garde music. Overall, Cubism's influence transcended the boundaries of painting, inspiring artists across various disciplines to rethink traditional modes of expression and embrace experimentation, abstraction, and fragmentation. Now let's take a look at one of the colorways to consider color pairing possibilities. For this, I'll use the Blanc Noir Khaki colorway, which was among my personal top picks for the season. This is a very neutral colorway with only a handful of colors, including greens, oranges, yellows, browns, gray, black, and white. Starting with the colorway name, black and white are already opposites, and khaki, the word itself comes from Hindustani, where it meant earth-colored and originally referred to the sandy beige. Those are all neutrals, so what about the other colors? Starting with green, its complementary color opposite is red, and adjacent colors include yellow and blue. The complementary color opposite of orange is blue, and its neighbors include yellow and red. Yellow we just mentioned, and its color opposite is purple, while adjacent colors include orange and green. Did you notice? That covered the entire color wheel. That means the colorway will go with pretty much anything. Let's take a look. So there you have it, some background about the artist, design inspiration, and styling possibilities for this scarf from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2024 season. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, tutorials, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time!